My sister was initiated in here, so my family helped build it. It was my auntie and uncle who spearheaded it. No chayap manwahat, tansakwetos. Hello, family. Netla ant khalak, washamen, sokiosiam, Chiefy and Campbell. I want to encourage each and every one of you to use your voice in the upcoming referendum that we will be asking our membership to vote on designation of 3 parcels of land that will provide much needed housing for our families to bring Squamish home. We want all of our relatives to be taken care of, Chinchin Stwite, to be able to live within our communities, our ancient villages, our lineages that connect us to these lands. Each and every one of you matters to us. You are all family. Akwetos chit. Let's vote in the upcoming designation to say yes to future housing, but also taking care of the dire need today that each and every one of us needs shelter and a home within our communities. Vote yes for the designation. We are here today at the village of Chechokhuek, known as Seymour. We're here to talk about our ancient history and connections to this village, to this beautiful river. It is said that in the long ago, in the late 1800s, our people gathered here just as Europeans and settlers were starting to move into our territory. There were many large potlatches that continued to occur in this village from the 1870s to the 1890s. We know that Tonachan Siam, Big George, was our chief of this village, and he was notorious for hosting many great potlatches that would go on for many days. We would have visitors from up and down the coast that would come here in their canoes along this river. There would be every make and model of hot rods and limousines of our beautiful canoes, Nahuet. And it's said that the longhouses here were quite large. There was one very large Tlunk Out, which is our potlatch house, our ceremony house, that was 200 feet long, and it had 6 fires in there. So you can imagine the size of this house and the occupants that lived in there, the people that gathered and sat along those bleachers to drum and sing and partake in these ceremonies. Even though the Indian Act made it illegal for us to gather and potlatch under Canadian oppression, but we are still here, and it is now time to bring our people home after all of these generations. It's time to return home to this beautiful village of Chechokhuek. So I am voting yes in the designation of our lands to provide housing for our families. I'm looking forward to each and every one of you coming out to have your voice heard. Let's stand in solidarity and strength for one another as Squamish people. Vote yes. I am voting yes, and I am proud. Hiyam. Welcoming our families home. Oichaka.